getting technology in the hands of people, all people, is just it's not a nice thing to do. It's an essential thing to do and a fundamental human right. But of course, the challenge today is broadband. How are we going to make sure that everybody has access to high speed, high bandwidth telecommunications and wireless networks? You really can't understand the importance of broadband in your communities unless you get out and live and breathe those communities. One of the most rewarding things that I did as chairman of the FCC was to get out of Washington as much as I could and go and visit Indian reservations and underprivileged communities, homeless shelters where people were given access to computers so that they could try to get jobs. All of these things are important, and if you just live in the bubble of Washington or the bubble of Brussels, sometimes you forget how important it is to get out and see how people use technology in their day-to-day lives. And the Clinton administration coined the term digital divide. In fact, a good friend of mine at the Commerce Department came up with this phrase, that there is a divide in society between those who have access to technology and those that don't. He called it the digital divide. Little did he know that this would become a phrase known around the world that would eloquently define the challenge of the technology age, and that is to make sure that all people have access to state-of-the-art technology. And back then, there was a certain evangelism about bridging the digital divide. There was a sense that it was almost a human rights issue, a civil rights issue, that society was dividing along technological lines, and we had to do everything we could to make sure that everybody had access to technology. I sense now, looking back on that time and where we are today, there's a certain complacency that has set in, not only in America but around the world. That now that most people have access to wireless phones, many of them have wireless data, there is a sense that a sort of a lack of urgency about this issue. And so I'm delighted to have the opportunity to talk to you today, representatives of various localities and regions of Europe, because it's important that we maintain this sense of urgency about the digital divide.